I already tried recording this one time over. Wasn't successful at it because I didn't know how to express my ideas. This is like the third time I'm trying to do this, so give me a break. But to me, this is more of a continuation of the video I made. Well, it's more like a sequel to the video I made a couple months ago called "The Internet Kind of Sucks Now, Doesn't It?" I still agree with that. But I don't think it's for the reasons I thought it was. I've just been seeing a lot of videos recently that also reach the same consensus that I reached, which is that internet sucks now. Let's not use it anymore. Let's just stop it. And with some websites, I agree with that. Like, don't go on Twitter. Maybe go on Instagram. However, there are also a lot of websites that I feel like we still do and can get use out of. And hasn't become, like, it has become soulless, but not because it is soulless, if that makes sense. It's because the way we view, consume, and take, like, and what's it called? My camera turned off. Sorry, it's been doing this constantly. It's pissing me off. Anyways, what was I saying? The way we find and consume content, that's the word I was looking for, find, has changed. I can pull up the examples of what people are saying and then say what I want to say, because my opinion's important because I have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Okay. I think, yeah, okay. So, like, you know, big names are saying stuff like this, like here. There's Jacksepticeye.
Is it just me, or does it feel like the internet is just getting angrier and angrier all the time? I feel like I can't even interact with the internet the way I used to because it just makes me so anxious all the time now. Everywhere I look, everyone's just fighting with each other. Everyone's attacking one another. You go to a TikTok video and people are all like, oh, why'd you do stuff this way? Why did you do it that way? Why are you even filming this? What's going on? Like, it just feels like the fun of everything is kind of going away.
So there's that, and then, you know, you got YouTube's changed.
It's no shock to you all, YouTube's changing. And it has changed. People used to have no idea what the hell they were doing on here. They were just doing what they thought might be good. And now it's very different. People know what is good, what works, and they know how to become the most popular YouTuber, man. Fuck me, maybe they even study for it. And I think because of this access to knowledge once deemed, quite frankly, unknowable, YouTube as a platform has a general, like, consistent theme to it now, in a way it never had before. You seem to open your video with a bang! You ask your viewers to stay, and then you pray they don't get bored.
There's that, and then...
There was a time on YouTube where it was just all about opening your camera up and broadcasting yourself to people. YouTube, broadcast yourself. That was a little, like, slogan or whatever they'd say, right? It feels like that time has been long gone for a long time. Okay, regular people just like yourself watch this video would just sit or open up their camera in their bedroom, record themselves doing something funny or post something funny. And if I'm being honest, it almost felt like art in some way, right? Art. We love art.
You get what he's saying, you know. There's not a lot of videos that really kind of, I don't know. If he says somewhere in the video, by the way, I'm not dogging on this guy. I like what he's saying. He's saying I do agree with. I do. And I agreed with what Jacksepticeye said, and I agree with what Tommy Innit said. These are just all videos that popped up in my recommended when I used to turn them on. I have a plugin to turn that off, and I'll go into that later. Anyways, point is, I don't think this type of content where people just kind of broadcast themselves and be themselves just vanished. Like, whoa! You know what I mean? Whoa! Like, it didn't disappear. There's still an audience for this. You know, there's still a place for this. It's not like out of fashion. It's not, people connect with it still. People resonate with it still. And I think This is where the problem is. And it's been injected into every single social media website, even a normal website. An algorithm has been injected into it. What I'm trying to get at is that we need to cut out the decisions that YouTube and that these tech companies and their computer algorithms make for us. We need to choose what we look at, because all these videos that people were talking about that, have soul, have something that they want to say, something interesting, something unique. You can find these channels out there. They're not like millions of subscribers for sure, but they're out there, and I love them. I can show some examples. They're all higher subscribers than me, but it doesn't matter. I'll show you some examples. I just want to talk about this. All right. The Weekly Slap and Jay Schlatt in general. One of my favorite YouTubers of all time. Jay Schlatt is probably the reason why I'm here on YouTube today. If you haven't seen the Weekly Slap, it's basically he just talks to the camera. He's real, Oh god. This is like a video with a soul in it. This is a channel I found that also inspired my channel directly, called Bee's Corner. I also ripped off my study streams from her. So, thank you. If you ever see, probably not, but she's very cool. She just makes videos, either studying, talking about her burnout, or, she's just in her car talking about something on her mind. That's a real thing there. There's something there. And this is one of my favorite videos let me change back. This is one of my favorite channels that also directly inspired JVC Scholes. He's like a little tech channel, right? But he just kind of goes over what, he literally talked about how to get over my YouTube addiction. He literally talked about how he didn't use YouTube on YouTube. He just talks to the camera, like what that dude said earlier. And this guy's pretty cool too. I forgot I was going to include him. He just started, and he just makes little animations about what he's talking. It's like a story time channel again. I feel like this channel has tons of soul to it. It's so unique. It's literally new. This is his first video. I love this guy already, But my biggest argument that these types of videos still exist, to me anyways, is PewDiePie. Because this is exactly what PewDiePie... he still kind of makes Mr. Beast videos. I don't think, at least YouTube-wise, the soul of the site is dead and has become just a corporate, horrible thing. The algorithm is set up that way because that's how they make the money. So I think just as a viewer, the best way we can do this is really take control of what we consume. We don't use the algorithm. We don't just click on any video. And an easy way to do this is with a plugin that I have. I have this thing called Distraction-Free YouTube. Turn it on. It gets rid of the comments. You can customize it too. You can turn on the comment section if that's important to you. See the comments. But I usually turn it off because I don't know what am I going to do with that. You disable autoplay. You can hide the feed, hide related videos, hide the sidebar. You can even go to YouTube here and gone, nothing, right? And this is what I mean by taking control of what you consume, because we're not letting an algorithm decide what we want and when we want it, if that makes sense. It feels like our decision because we still click on the video. It's like, oh, I like this video, looks cool, I'm going to click on that, right? But then you end up in this rabbit hole, and that can easily go in so many negative ways and waste your time. And then you're it's what you need to do this. I have to study for a test right now. But it's 7:00. You still haven't studied for a test you have in the morning, and you're not happy. You're not happy with what you just consumed. You just consumed junk. You just ate a bunch of junk food for your brain and ears. You're not happy. And this growing unrest has just, I think, almost tricked us into thinking that the internet is just some horrible, horrible place. And it can be. Don't get me wrong. It can be. But I think we just need to try harder to recognize what actually is going on and how we can solve it. Because I think YouTube, while it's horrible, can also be something absolutely amazing. My pre-cal class, my professor for pre-cal, I don't like him very much. He doesn't teach me very well. I mean, maybe he teaches other people very well. It doesn't work for me. I've been using the organic chemistry tutor for like all my stuff. And it's been great. And it's free and it's on YouTube. I can connect with people through YouTube. You know, Jay Schlatt. I've been watching Jay Schlatt since I was 14, 13, maybe even 12. And he's been so influential in my comedy and what I like and what my taste is, right? I could be a completely different person if that wasn't the case. And I think that's really cool. I think that's something really cool. I mean, if you pay attention closely, I still Jay Schlatt jokes all the time. If you just listen closely, I do. There's got to still be a place for that, right? The internet, I'm starting to think now that the internet isn't horrible. We're just choosing to look at the wrong things. We're being lazy about how we take in and find content. And maybe that's because of TikTok, and maybe that's because, all these shorts have just made us complacent like that. But we shouldn't do that anymore. And I think once we start doing that as a viewer, to really, really consider what you're watching, and watching only things you actually want and not something that an algorithm just told you to do, I think many of these problems would improve overnight just because the algorithm would start to pick up on that as well. And I just think that is possible. It's just that this content, people think this content just disappeared, but I swear it hasn't. I think there's something wrong with YouTube, but I think we're part of the problem.